Hello, hello, and hello to all of my Libras. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Libras, let's go. Let's see what your cards have to say, Libras, on this new moon phase. New moon phase in Aries. New moon phase can make some people feel anxious, agitated, and tired, which is really nature's way of syncing us with the rhythms of the moon and act of self-care. So this is where you're getting your rest. This is where you're doing cleansing salt baths, grounding yourselves. It made me look like going for a walk or, just taking the time to just relax, because this moon in Aries can get people really fired up. And so Source wants you to be fired up for the right reasons, like not where you are, frustrated or frustrating other people, where you are crystal clear. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it, Libras. Let's go. First card out of the deck is the Everything is Fine. We have the Justice card. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and also the Eight of Pentacles. So somebody is definitely going through a rebirth and learning how to balance out your own scales of justice within. Somebody could have gone through a lot of hurt and pain in the past, but again, this is a rebirth. And this card is saying right out the deck, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Somebody's just learning how to not be an overgiver, right? Overgiver of your time, overthinking stuff, overdoing it. And so that can be draining when you realize that, hey, especially if you know your heart is in the right place and you're an overgiver. You could be thinking, man, did I cut somebody off too soon? Or I did my best and they cut me off and they ran smear campaigns and all of that. Source is saying rest. Rest your mind, rest your spirit, rest your heart, and here we have, and don't overthink it. Be conservative with your time. Time is money. So be conservative with your time and get your rest. If anything, you want to plant new seeds. This person right here has a water container. So your water would be your emotions, your creativity, your joy, your pleasure, your sexuality, your creativity. So sources like plant seeds of only things that you want to water. If you want to grow your money, plant seeds for that. But overthinking who's running smear campaigns and I gave my heart to something and they cut me off, and or they moved on with their lives and didn't give me an opportunity to kind of close out a cycle. That's how life is. We don't always get a chance to close out cycles the way we want to close out cycles sometimes. And the best understanding of that is when a loved one dies and you didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Or you get fired from a job and you don't fully understand what happened after you gave it your all. Or somebody just cuts you off and no longer talking to you. You can't figure out what the heck happened. They just ghosted you. They just ghost for life, right? So again, Source is saying to you, this is where you're picking up the pieces. This right here is not just speaking to money. It's speaking of security. It's speaking of stability. It's speaking to your loyalty, patience to yourself. So you get a chance to rewrite exactly like from the base, the root chakra, how to build yourselves back up, create new set of rules so it doesn't get to be this bad. Like create a new set of rules where people start to say, this person is hurt. They're not thinking in their right mind. So let me take advantage of them too. Ideally, we would like to think that when we're hurting, people would be compassionate enough to see our pain and, kind of go easy on us. But you got takers out here in the world, right? And they'll take advantage of you without even batting an eyelash. So you have to create very firm boundaries because you have a lot on the horizon for you. See how this water right here? This is a lot of creativity. This is a lot of joy coming your way. This is like all of this is on the horizon, but you got to be in receiving mode to even see it. That means get your rest. Everything is fine. That water is going to be used to kind of flush off those wounds. Welcome in those friends that's in your life who nurture your spirit. It's okay for them to, call you and just say, hey, I'm just checking on you, just sending you some love and some good vibrations. Or somebody sends you a text message, I love you, I'm sending you some good vibrations. I don't want anything, just, do you need anything? I'm here, let me know. Just send me a text message, I'll be right over. Like, that's water. That's fresh water. People who call you just to make you laugh, they're not even talking about what hurt you. It's not like they're dismissing it. It's not like they don't care. They're just trying to, people know that you're hurting and they know that you are trying to move past something, Libra. So be grateful for those types of people who are just like, you know what, when I call Libra, I'm not even talking about whatever that thing is. If anything, I'm just going to say, hey, is there anything, is there anything you want to do? If there's something you want to do and if I can help you, I'll come over there and pick you up. Here we have the Four of Swords. We also have the Two of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups. We also have the Five of Cups. We also have the Sun card and also the Three of Cups. So the Sun card lets me know that Source wants you to balance out your scales by healing in your own purpose. What is your purpose? What do you like to do? You like to heal people? Do you like to help people? You know, we're not talking about a job title, because if you like to heal people, you can heal people no matter what your job title is. If you like to help people, you know, you can do that no matter what your job title is. So whatever your purpose is, Source wants you to focus in that, because that is your healing. Do you like to serve people? If that's your purpose, that's what God wants you to do. But I do see, like I said, we got the Nine of Cups, we have the Five of Cups, and also the Three of Cups. This is where you want to be grateful to God that the experience happened. Some people may not be able to see it right now, but be grateful that it happened, because God, however you needed to get me to stop being an overgiver. I may be mad at myself right now, but eventually with this water and good friends coming around, and you know, you've gotten a chance to get it out by lamenting, crying, or talking about, you got it out. So Source is like, now it's time to be ready for incoming good water. That's friendship. I mean, friends calling you. That's you drinking water, going outside to work out, or in the house to work out. This is where you are ingesting, you're receiving good information. Maybe that looks like watching a good movie, you know, again. So that's what I'm saying, wish fulfillment right here. So that when you feel like your water is filled up with fresh water, Libra, because you flushed out all the wounds, the sword wounds. And if you decide later on, I want to date again, or I want to look for a new job again, or I want to, you know, move forward, you can start the process as a healed person, not as a hurt person. So that's why Source is saying to you, everything is fine. Get your rest. Four of Swords. Get your rest. Again, somebody was in denial in the past, and that's the real reason why somebody, it being an overgiver, why it hurt so deeply, because somebody kept giving people chance after chance after chance for whatever reason. For whatever reason, whatever your insecurities were, was the reason why you gave people chance after chance. That's why you see some people, Libras, they seem kind of cold. Somebody do something to them one time, they cut them off. You're like, oh my God, you know, this person has no patience whatsoever. It's not that. People have created their boundaries, and they have decided, hey, listen, these are the rules to my universe. I'm not dealing with other people's BS. That's belief system. If it doesn't align with mine, it doesn't take me long to figure it out. So that's what I'm saying for you all. So get ready for multiple streams of income, incoming information from God, incoming good energy from your friends, incoming advice from people, just incoming love. You know, not just money, but in creative ideas, but just income. So here we have the Chariot card. Somebody may have gone through a divorce. Somebody may be considering, you know, cutting, like divorcing a business partner or a romantic partner. Or somebody may be considering, like, could have been through some kind of loss, something happened. You could have been an attorney yourself. But again, and going through some other things, trying to decide, which way, I'm in a fork in the road, which way do I go? And Source is saying to yourself, you're able to defend your decision to move on without coming across as defensive. If you have some kind of a court case that you're going through, and I see, and I'm seeing, you know, you becoming victorious, you're saying to yourself, wow, did it even have to get to this? Sometimes it has to get through that, because if you kept overthinking, God was like, you know what, let's just rip the Band-Aid off so everybody can heal from this. Let me close out the cycle, especially if you were just kind of indecisive about something. So I see you being able to defend your decision to move on from something without coming across as defensive, you know, at all. So pay attention to, you know, allowing God to do things for you. Because if you were slow to initiate change, God may say, hey, you know, it's time for Libra to move on from something. So I'm seeing some kind of an approval coming across your path, Libras. So congratulations to you for that. Remember, sword wound hurts. So you may be celebrating on one hand, but on another hand, you may be saying, wow, my intention wasn't to try to hurt somebody. And so things are going to go kind of swiftly for you. But Source is saying you got the whole world in front of you. You know, even if people cut you out of their lives because they may say, you know, you're not friends with them anymore, or you had to, you know, take some family members to court, whatever you had to do, loved ones, business partner, whatever, and you won, your intention may not have been to hurt them, but Source is saying because you were an overgiver, you gave that person benefit of the doubt time and time and time again until you became the doormat. So Source says, let me show everybody that God is in control. So that's how it had to happen, Libra. So that's what I'm saying for you all. Let's keep it moving forward. Let's keep it moving forward. Let's keep it moving forward. So with your spare time, God is going to make sure you're able to do some things like building your strength, building your third eye, so that you can see things. When we talk about third eye, we're talking about extrasensory perception. We're talking about your intuition. Like, so when God is telling you things, you're not sitting there trying to make it make sense. God is saying, hey, it's time to close out this cycle. It's time to get up and leave, or don't go to this event because I'm telling you something could happen. And it's my friend and they invited me to stuff and I always decline every other time. I'm just going to go this time. And then finally something happens. It's like, oh my God, I just had an intuition or something, a premonition. Something told me that something was God. So that's what Source is trying to get somebody to do, is build your intuition, like allow it to become stronger, but more importantly, to take action. Use your sword when necessary. I need to go ahead and just stop something before it just gets out of hand. So because when it gets out of hand, no matter how many seeds you plant, you're planting it in toxic water. You're using toxic water to water it, because you're just letting it sit there in your spirit. And our bodies are made up of almost 70% water. So imagine trying to speak to something, trying to breathe life into something and just share your emotions with it. And you're like, why is it taking so long to grow? So third dimension, that could look like you ended one relationship, but you never fully closed it out. And so new love comes across your path and you're still on the fence. You a year into the relationship and still feel like, I still don't know my person, because you didn't close out the past relationship to even say, I'm putting all of my attention here. All of my energy goes here. And that's what this new moon in Aries is about, is where are you putting your energy? Are you wearing yourselves out because you won't close out cycles? And this one, Source says, I'm going to close it out for you. I'm going to close it out for you. And so get your rest. Rest up. You are good enough. That's right. You are good enough. So that could have been on somebody's mind. That could have been like at the root chakra. That could have been your insecurity at your root chakra, that you weren't good enough for something. And somebody could have said or did something to, drive that sword in even more, to a point where it just sent you straight into depression and just frustrated. So recognize when people cut themselves out of your universe. That's not for you to go back and try to mend fences. Just leave it. Just leave it. Start the process of healing. 30 is your number. I am imaginative. You are an original, innovative thinker and an excellent communicator. You have a great talent for using creativity to convey your ideas, and your optimistic attitude has an uplifting effect on others. 30 is your number. 30 is your number. It is your number. It's your number. Let's pull another oracle card, and let's get ready to close this out. Let's pull another oracle card, and let's get ready to close this out. Let's get ready to close it out. True offering. So true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. That's right. This could be something where somebody felt like this is an unbearable cross to bear, but it's going to be returned with love of Source. And Source has always been in the midst of all of this, but Source is doing this so to show somebody how much they love them. It's just like, if Source sees that you keep giving your heart to something and keep trying to be fair, and people keep taking advantage of that, Source is saying, okay, this may be some tough love as far as Libra is concerned, but I'm going to show them what real love looks like. Love does not look like somebody knowing what the rules are to keep gaining access to your universe and coming all in your house, stomping their boots all over the place and disrespecting you and shooting down your dreams and being just disrespectful and totally disregarding you. That's not love. And so Source had to show somebody that through all of this. So take this time this week to rest your mind, and some of the rituals that I shared with you before in the beginning. Like I said before, reflect, write in journal, cleanse your space, fill some seeds with your intentions and plant them. As they grow, so does your intentions. Ground yourselves. A cleansing salt bath you can do. Set your intentions for this lunar cycle. So here we have courage. Affirmations for courage. All things are working out in my favor. I have the power to rebuild myself. I am not my circumstances. I rise regardless of my past. I honor myself through my actions. I honor my truth through my words. I am stronger than yesterday. That is what I have for you. That's what I have for you, Libras. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all on Freedom Friday. Bye.